This video's made for adult collectors because big chunky clicky robot. Everyone remembers Unicron trilogy toys, right? Where they're very clicky and sort of satisfying. This one's gonna be good. To preface, I have not seen the show, so Transformers has been dominating the toy robot space for a long time, and will probably continue to do so for a long time. It has established characters and words that have become household names. Like if you mention Optimus Prime to any random person, they will at least know what you're talking about. Metal Cardbot, not so much. And one could argue, no, these aren't going to be competition to Transformers, just like lines such as Tobot, because they don't really have worldwide distribution. And you would be right. However, when I went to New York Toy Fair, thanks again, Blockies, I still can't believe I went to that, I met with Agabus Distribution, and we had a nice long chat about Metal Cardbots, and how the show is currently being dubbed in English to be released, I believe, on YouTube, and how the toys are getting a full United States distribution for 2 waves at the end of the year. I did ask about Canada, because, you know, I live in Canada, and they said they are working on it. So with that in mind, there will be another giant robot line on the shelves to combat Transformers. So how are they? What's really funny, quick side note, I was at the Blockies booth talking to Mark from Hasbro, the Generations designer, and I mentioned Metal Cardbots to him, and then later that day I walked past the Agabus booth and he was there looking at the Metal Cardbots. That was kind of funny. Anyways, this is Gigantrex, at least that's how I think it's pronounced, from Metal Cardbots. I'm gonna start in truck mode because of flow. That's a big truck mode. Like, it's chunky and meaty. The plastic feels okay. It has a slight oiliness to some of the shiny red plastic, but nowhere near the feel of like knockoff plastic. Most Hasbro plastics have like a tiny bit of grip to them when you hold the figure, and this doesn't in the red and some of the black. It's hard to explain, but that's what I'm trying to get at. The trailer, like the gray parts, they feel fine though. And it is a massive ass trailer. Like, that's huge. Yes, the truck has eyes. It's just a Cardbot thing. I do wish the giant claw arm had like a nice place to store. There's a rectangular slot in the back because you can swing the 2 doors at the back open, but the claw doesn't fit in there. It's too big. I love the ladders on the side of the trailer and the details up front with like the painted grille and the white top. It does roll, but it squeaks. I gotta do this on the carpet because the wheels won't catch on the table, but that's annoying. Transformation is very easy in the way that it's like very Toku filled in regards to you having to pull it all apart and put it back together as a robot. There are some aspects of transformation in the truck and in the trailer, but then there's bits that have to come off because, you know, this comes off and this is half the robot and this is half the robot. So to start with, we'll take that off and we'll do the top part. So the instructions, I did get instructions with this, which I was very surprised because I ordered it without a box, but the instructions tell you to pull this down first. Don't do that. My friend Greg said you should pull it apart here instead. Greg is the one who peer pressured me into buying this, by the way. And then you can free up the head and all that without making a horrible snapping noise. But then you bring the shoulders down, and then you just sort of rest this here, and we're just gonna leave it there like that. If you hear any banging, the contractor's outside. Now we get to the trailer. So to start with, you're gonna fold up the trailer hitch, and then you're gonna bring this section down and accordion it in until it clicks. They use those same sort of like C-clip things that a lot of Toku mechs use, and some of them aren't as sturdy as others. For example, right here at the back, you need to open this section up, right, and then pull this apart here. But every time I do that, it ends up doing this, because these connectors here aren't super strong. They're not supposed to come off like that. They're supposed to separate like this and stay on here, but they don't like to stay on there. So yeah, but then you take these and you fold them up, you bring these back, they're gonna accordion and peg it together, then you bend the world's loudest ratchets in the feet, take the arms off, rotate that up, split the legs, bring them out, rotate them. This connection right here, also not super strong either. I wish it was a little stronger, but there you have the arms. So we're going to open up the crotch flap, take this section, slide it in, close this up. Now you can bring this whole assembly down, and the head is going to peg into here, and then the back is just gonna rest. I missed completely. There it is. Then you want to take this chest section here, slide it down, take the arms, clip them into the back, just like that. And there you have the glory that is Gigantrex. It's huge, like Commander huge. And it doesn't, well, no, I got it on sale off AliExpress, but it does cost almost Commander money in a lot of places. Not everywhere, but a lot of places. Unless you order it without a box like I did, then it's much cheaper. It has the feel of a Unicron Trilogy toy, but a little less stable. Not like fall over unstable, but like play in the ratchets. He looks fantastic though. I love the color separation and the amount of different colors throughout. Like the red, the white, the yellow, the black, the bits of green with the gray. It's a lot of different colors. And it looks very impressive standing there with other robot toys, commanding a presence and, I don't know, feeling a tiny bit Gunpla in the arms. Like just the way they look. Head sculpt is very nice with the gold around the mouth plate and the large crest. Fists are completely hollow from the back and can't hold anything in his hands, which is a little bit of a shame. He does have some weapons though. There are 2 slide out blades hidden underneath the tanker bits on the arms, and you can take the leg kibble off and clip it underneath the arms to be like guns of sorts. And then the claw. So he has a giant ass transforming weapon. This block that didn't go anywhere in the truck. So there's the card. It's not actually made out of metal. They lied. I'm just kidding, I don't care. So the claw here does attach to, it attaches to this arm because of the way that the clip is done. It would be upside down over here. I kind of wish it was ambidextrous, but I guess this is like a show thing and I just don't know about it. But to start with, we're going to take this giant chunk and just fold it out. And you want to take this section right here and fold it out. And it's going to clip into the clip on the back of the arm, like that. And then you just line this section up here. That's going to clip into the inside of the forearm. And then this is going to come up and tap into here and then peg into a little tiny peg hole in the arm. So once you get all that snapped together, you take this big chunk here that clips into there, fold that down, open the claw up, and there you have his giant claw arm attached. Now it does weigh him down a little bit, which is unfortunate. And this was that whole like play in the ratchets thing I was talking about. He can't support the weight of his own. Oh, his entire head just came undone. He can't support the weight of his like own weapon. Like that secondary shoulder joint doesn't really work. So yeah, but it does go nom 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 nom. It looks kind of like a Spinosaurus a little bit, like this one. The head keeps coming undone. This never actually happens. Why is it doing it now? So he's a big boy, but unlike Transformers big boys, his articulation is kind of just all right. For the purposes of the articulation, I am going to remove this because it'll just make my life easier. Goodbye, claw. Okay, his articulation is not great. It's not great. He has like the bare bones basics you'd probably get out of a 2005 Cybertron toy. But in the year 2020, I think this was 2024 this came out, I think, or it might have been the beginning of this year. But anyways, the head is on a very nice ball joint, actually. You get so much tilts left and right. You get quite a bit up, not that much down because of the chin, and then you got your full rotation. Shoulders, full 360. They can go out on this joint and then out on that joint. So you can get them to go really far up if you want to do that. Now I do find it's this arm specifically, if I'm moving it around a lot, it will come detached from the back. So I don't know if anyone else has that issue. You have bicep swivels that feel kind of gummy. They're soft ratcheted. You have 90-degree bend at the elbow, nothing at the wrist due to these panels being here. I wish these panels could come off. I've tugged on them and they just don't come off, so oh well. He does have a waist joint, which is actually just the grill rotating, so he's got a ratcheted grill for the truck. These hips can go forward, they can go back, they can go out about that far. If you move these panels off, they do just come off. You can get a full split. I don't know why these panels come off, but they do. He does have 90 degrees of bend at the knee, though the knee doesn't really accomplish much when you bend it. And then below the knee swivels, there is a cut right here on either side, but he doesn't actually have thigh swivels. There's room, there's the space for it, but it's just not there. And I wish he had thigh swivels over knee swivels, because knee swivels are useless. They can't do much with those. And then the toes can move forward. It's a very loud toy. This is gonna mess with the audio, but yeah, it's these thighs. The thighs bother me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these hitting shelves in North America, but do I think this will be competition for Transformers?
Yes and no. Yes, in the sense of it'll be on the same shelf, therefore in direct competition in that way, but it's not an established brand here. It's gonna take a few years before it can fully break into being established and people knowing the names and all that, provided it lasts long enough here to do so, and only time will tell once they actually start coming out. As for this toy in particular, I even with its articulation woes, I do like it a lot, and I'd recommend it if you can find it for less than $100. But that's been my look at Metal Cardbots Gigantrex. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.